Intensity, concentration, focus. They're all on display in abundance at the UK Memory Championships.
Neurons on the ready, go.
As are remarkable feats of recall, whether it's matching numerous names to numerous faces, remembering long sequences of numbers or playing cards. These are mental athletes of the highest order, with a training regime to match.
In theory at least, my plan is that I would come home and spend about an hour memorising. I'd memorise 3 packs of cards as quickly as possible. I'll memorise, say, 400 digits. It's very, very physically tiring.
But it does mean he can remember a sequence of 819 digits, while the rest of us struggle to get beyond 10. As for this chap, given time, he can memorise 54 decks of shuffled cards.
The 9 of clubs, the Queen of clubs, 10 of diamonds, the 4 of hearts, the 10 of spades.
Tony Buzan invented the concept of mind mapping and has advised clients ranging from governments to Olympic athletes on how to maximise their intellectual potential. He's also made serious money out of a series of books on the subject.
We train the body for centuries, and suddenly people are saying, hey, what about this bit?
Which might explain why last year in the United States alone, people spent $225 million on brain training software, up from $100 million in 2005. Meanwhile, in the UK, market leader Nintendo's products are flying off the shelves.
Brain training hasn't really dropped out of the top 40 in the 2 years it's been launched, and I think recently it also broke Tomb Raider's record of being the longest in the top 10.
But does playing with products like this, or memorising long sequences of playing cards, actually improve the health of your brain and your overall intelligence?
There are some very small studies on very specific training techniques that have generated some positive evidence, but they're very small studies. There's no evidence to back up the gadgets and the big commercial programs that are currently being marketed, as far as we can see anywhere.
I always say that this is a completely pointless exercise. It's, memorising a pack of cards quickly. It's not really anything that comes in useful in my everyday life.
Of course, any form of mental training can't hurt. This building and unbuilding of complicated cup stacks, for example, stimulates the hands and the brain. It's an unusual exercise, but then again, some believe anything that differs from our traditional learning techniques ought to be an improvement.
One example of a wrong technique is the standard linear note-taking. We take notes in words on lines, in one colour. One colour is a monotone. A monotone is by definition monotonous. If something is monotonous, what do we call it? Boring.
But let's see how alert your brain is. Try remembering as much of this journey I'm taking around London's Covent Garden as you can, because at the end of the piece I'll ask you to recall one simple point about it. And who knows, it might be the start of a journey towards a mighty memory.
Anyone can do this, yes, if they really want to.
September 23rd, 1967.
1967, I think that was a Saturday.
And the weather?
It was dry, but there was rain in the evening.
Now that's a good memory. But can you remember what the discount was on display in this clothing shop I passed? If you said 60%, well done. If you didn't, perhaps for the moment at least, you should forget about taking this lot on.
Stop recall.